I want to leave you with only one question. What is time for you? जब तक उसका जवाब नहीं मिलेगा, हम टाइम के ऊपर कितनी भी बातें कर लो, वो किसी काम का नहीं.
Pardon, can you repeat?
My only suggestion is you figure out answer to this question. What is time for you? आपके लिए time क्या
Okay.
है? What is time? TIME for you. Unless you have a
Okay.
clarity on this, whatever you discuss about time, it's not going to work for you.
Right.
You know, like
What is the definition of
you have
time
been
for
asked
you?
to write a story on a tiger, and you do not know what a tiger is. You have never heard.
Right.
You've probably just heard that word TIGER. That's it. Or probably you just saw a picture. That's it.
TIGER, biscuit.
Exactly. I was just about to say that, boss. You just took the words from my mouth. So, so yeah, we were asked to write an essay on tiger or write a few lines on tiger. So you started writing on this tiger glucose biscuit.
Right.
Yeah. So, unless you have a complete clarity on what tiger is all about, you can't like whatever you think about tiger or you read hundreds of books about tiger. It's not going to work for you.
Right.
Same thing with time. Unless you have a complete clarity on what time is for you, you can read hundreds of books, you can attend hundreds of trainings, you can take hundreds of notes, but it's still not going to work for you. Okay? So I'm just leaving you with this thought. What is time for you? You literally sit. आप बैठो, समय लगाओ. Maybe you can put a whole day behind it. हर बार लिखो, right? Keep on writing throughout the day. What is time for you? I am telling you, you might feel pages after pages and you still need a clarity about it. Or you may not even start writing a single word or single letter on a page. Okay, think about it. What is time for you? आप कहाँ पे टाइम लगाते हो, किसके साथ टाइम लगाते हो, अपने लिए कहाँ पे टाइम टाइम आप लगा रहे हो, उसका क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है आपके लाइफ. एक्चुअली थिंक अबाउट इट. वॉट एवर यू आर डूइंग, लाइक उसका क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है आपके लाइफ एज फार एज टाइम इज कंसर्न. थिंक अबाउट इट. ओनली देयर इज गोइंग टू वर्क फॉर यू. सी दिस बुक इज टॉकिंग अबाउट मास्टर योर टाइम. तो पहले तो पता चले व्हाट इज माय टाइम. सो
या
व्हाट
पहले
इज
तो
टाइम.
इंट्रोडक्शन हो,
एग्जैक्टली.
इंट्रोडक्शन पहले होगा, फिर लर्निंग होगा, फिर मास्टर बनेंगे.
एब्सोल्युटली. व्हाट इज
Right.
टाइम फॉर मी. You know, like I was attending a session where I came across something very interesting, and this interesting fact is that you cannot uh, manage your time today based on the information or knowledge that you have about till yesterday. So there was time. How this concept of time actually came, you know, how this concept of time management came. It came in 50s and 60s, when in 1950s and 1960s, when the industrial revolution was just coming up, and people who were setting up industries, they were thinking about how we can manage the time of our labors so that we can have maximum out. So at that time was a one directional thing. It just had one direction. It just has one axis, for example. एक ही axis अगर हम ग्राफ की बात करें. And eventually it moved to a new concept when the industrial revolution reached a peak and people started looking at their own time. That is when Stephen Covey came, and he shared about two dimensions of time. One is importance, another one is urgency. उसके पहले ये कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं था. उसके पहले खाली इतना ही था कि मैं समय कहाँ लगा रहा हूँ, उससे मेरे को फायदा क्या हो रहा है. So समय which has a single dimension, it started having two dimensions. और इसका बहुत तरीके से इस्तेमाल जिन्होंने किया था, he was a president of United States, जिनका नाम था Eisenhower. And this structure of urgency and importance became popular when Eisenhower actually applied it in his own ministries, in his own presidentship, throughout his own presidentship. मतलब वो किसी से मिलता भी जब था ना, he always used to be very clear about it, asking people that what is urgent and important that I should meet this person right now. तो उनके जो secretaries थे, जो उनका ये काम था इवेल्युएट करना कि how much important and how much urgent it is that my president needs to pay attention to it. Okay. What happened today is there is a third parameter which added to it, third dimension. Now this third dimension is significance. कि मेरे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट क्या है चलो समझ गया, मेरे लिए अर्जेंसी क्या है वो भी समझ गया, लेकिन हाउ लॉन्ग इट इज सिग्निफिकेंट फॉर मी, हाउ लॉन्ग दिस अर्जेंसी एंड इम्पोर्टेंस इज सिग्निफिकेंट फॉर मी, मैं कितनी देर उस काम को लेके अपना समय लगाऊं, how much time I should pay my attention to for this particular work. So this third thing which added to it is that the time factor. It's not about only the urgency and importance of the work, but also the significance. How long I should focus on this. So this third dimension is a new dimension which was added. Particularly this new dimension came up after COVID. Because all of a sudden when things were totally off, you were totally cut from the real life. Now you started figuring out what is urgent and important for me right now and how much significant it is. So at that time, the urgency and importance was all about going into a quarantine status. अपने आप को lock कर लो पूरी दुनिया से. Do not expose yourself. Eventually, the only question that people were asking for is how long? कितने दिन हमें ऐसे रहना है? How long do we need to continue this status? And that altered our states of minds. That altered our thinking process. Everything changed. Everything transformed. A new normal came into our life. Everything started becoming a new normal. It's not the old normal anyway. Now you can choose whether you are going to go out and work or you want to stay home and work. You have a choice. It was not there before COVID. So this third dimension which was added to it is this significance. And this significance is TIME. How long this is urgent and important for me. How long should I pay my attention to this to get this job done? How can I delegate certain things? Like what happened eventually is over last one decade, what happened is everybody's talking about automation. So we are talking about automation. कि हम अपने कौन से activities है जिसको हम automate कर सकते हैं. So probably I can automate all my billing activities, bill payments. कि telephone bill आ गया, it is being automated. So I just put a setup in my mobile app or maybe my banking app, maybe my net banking setup, and this bill will be paid automatically. So electricity bill being paid automatically, water bill paid automatically, rent being paid automatically, credit card bills paid automatically. So many things got into that mode of automation. Yet, what else I have which I cannot automate? They are important for me, but not urgent for me. So how I can automate it? So I discovered that I cannot automate it. So when I discovered I cannot automate it, naturally what happened is the question of delegation came up. So how I can delegate it? So how long I would like to continue doing it myself, and how can I delegate it so that I don't need to continue working on it myself? I'll just only check whether this has been done or not, whether things are in working condition or not. So the new dimension is after urgent and important is significance. This is where the time comes up. इसीलिए तो हम लोग बोलते हैं कि whenever we have been asked to do something, many of the times we say I don't have time. Many of you are saying that I don't have time to read a book. So naturally the question comes, what is time for you? आपके लिए आप time क्या है? आपको पता होना चाहिए what is time for you. It is not according to my definition. It is according to your definition. I can tell you a girl looks like this. But वो मेरा definition according to my model of the world. Unless you see a real girl in with your own eyes, you really do not know. And then you see so many girls. You have so many definitions. सौंदर्य के राज लक्ष्य हमेशा नहीं है. सौंदर्य के राज आज बहुत कुछ है, उसमें आप खुद भी हो. सौंदर्य के राज मेरा नजरिया है, मैं किस नजर से एक लड़की को देख रहा हूँ, क्या रही हूँ, वही सौंदर्य का राज है. It is not Lux anymore. इसीलिए लक्स का आज की डेट में आपको शायद ऐड दिखता भी नहीं हो. Like I posted a message this morning in another group जिसका बासु ने मेरे को बहुत अच्छा एक clarification दिया. And he said that how, like he being in the paper industry, the demand for cigarette papers dropped from ITC, and how ITC moved into diversifying their business into selling FMCG products to maintain their bottom line, revenue bottom line. They came up with this Ashirwad. They came up with Agarbatti. They came up with Namak. They came up with a lot of other things. So TIME is different for different people. You figure out what is your TIME is. तब जाके आपको उसका इंपॉर्टेंस समझ में आएगा. अगर आपको पता ही नहीं कि ये है क्या चीज, उसका कोई इंपॉर्टेंस आपके पास है ही नहीं.